With us in the studio this morning is Slug of Atmosphere. How are you doing? Welcome.
How are you doing? I'm good. I love every time I come here, you guys call me special guest, and it's going to my head. Now when I walk around, I'm just like, what? Who are you talking to?
If you're not careful, we're going to call you our very special guest in the future.
Is it a very special episode of the morning show this morning?
That's right. Very.
Right. This one's going to have a moral and a lesson at the end. It's so nice to have you here. Before we get to the tour, just want to find out how you are.
I'm good.
How's life?
Life is good. It's full. It's full and balanced of fullness. Still chasing a toddler around the house. I'm home right now from tour. We toured for the better part of last year and the year before, and now we're making a new record. Me and Anthony started working on another project a few weeks ago, and so we're knee deep in that right now. And now we get to prepare for the Welcome to Minnesota tour. I'm pretty excited about that. This one's going to really be a special one, I think. We'll get into it in a minute when we say who all is on the bill.
Yeah, how many years running?
This is the third year.
Okay.
This is the third year, so it's officially a tradition now. And so I'm hoping to continue that. You know, and truthfully, I'm not even sure what that means, but just make sure that there's always this like Welcome to Minnesota tour that involves a bunch of rappers and a bunch of DJs that I get to orchestrate in a little pet project.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear the lineup for this tour.
Right on. This year we have my good friend and brother Ali coming out with us, and that's kind of a big deal for me. You know, me and him haven't toured in a few years now together, so to be able to travel around together is always a beautiful thing. That he's a beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Get Crifey, the family of DJs that just murders it all over the Twin Cities all the time. Like if you ever have gone to any of their shows, it's out of control. It's a party. So just even to have this balance of Ali and Get Crifey with us already is kind of like, whoa, you know. And then we also have Carnage, veteran, been around forever, and just totally kills the stage. And then Half Dozen, who in my opinion is probably one of the most keep your eye on up and comers in the scene right now. You know, the material and that I've been hearing from him over the last year and a half and the shows that he's been doing he's definitely one to watch. He's gonna make a mark this year, so I'm kind of glad that I was able to get him before he blew up, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And obviously Atmosphere on the lineup as well. So you taking the full band out? Are you going solo? What's going on?
Actually, you know, since you asked, Anthony and I are gonna take it back to the 2 turntables and a microphone, maybe 4 turntables, I don't know, maybe 12 turntables.
And has to grow a few more arms.
Right. Multiple
for that to work.
turntables
It is
and
a
a microphone.
platter-centric situation, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you doing the live band thing anymore?
Well, right now we're not, actually. You know, Eric and Nate both went to do more important, better things with their lives. You know, they saw
the light, basically.
They saw the
is
light.
What you're saying.
Basically.
They're on a mission from God.
Yeah. And love and power to them, you know, because that's bold to leave something that is, you know, yeah, it works. You know what I mean? To go and chase your real dreams, you know, hey, man, I can't wait to do that.
Well, I think you're doing just fine. Well, let's get the dates for the Welcome to Minnesota tour. It seems like you're heading a little bit more towards spring this time.
I mean, if you want to call it that, you know, spring doesn't start in Minnesota till June, but
Sure.
We pushed it into March a little bit just to kind of, you know, there was a few risks that got took last year with the snow, and there was some, I guess I would say, some scary moments for some of the vehicles on the tour.
When you're driving in outstate Minnesota.
Well, but it's a short tour. It's just amazing that it's like, okay, we're gonna just go out and do this week, and even within that week, still get caught in the snow. And last year wasn't even the biggest of snow years, but the snow that hit last year, you know, was pretty real right there at the tour.
Did you actually get stuck in some snow?
Not stuck, just some spinning around.
Oh, okay.
And when you're doing that, you know, in a van or a bus full of artists who also have a bunch of children, it just makes you start thinking about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So
Let's be safe.
Yeah. So this year we're going to do it in March, and we're going to ride bikes.
Well, luckily the cities aren't too far away from each other.
On bike? Yeah.
The trek to Bemidji might sort of kill you, so you might want to go the day before to get some
that's
sleep.
cool. Bemidji's the first show, so we can actually start the weekend before.
All right, well, let's run down the dates and run down the list of cities for the Welcome to Minnesota tour.
All right, well, March 1st, we're going to be in Bemidji at the Sanford Center, same spot that we rock every time. And then March 2nd, we'll be Duluth at Clyde Ironworks. And then St. Cloud will be the 3rd at the Red Carpet. And that's interesting. You know, we generally play the school in St. Cloud. And
St. Cloud State.
Yep. And we wanted to try, because of the fact that we have Get Crifey with us, you know, what they do is not necessarily great for like an auditorium or a cafeteria, but we wanted to get inside of places where people are allowed to get wasted. So
not the dry
that they
campus
would
of
act-
St. Cloud State.
And so anybody that's familiar with the red carpet, you know, it's a pretty insane bar, and it's small. It's not even that big. So that's going to be the one of the five that I'm most nervous about, just because.
So you've never played there before?
I've been there,
Okay.
and I freestyled there once in the mid '90s with an acid jazz band. You know what I mean? But I've never actually properly rocked the spot. But that's the one where it's kind of like, oh man, like. It's a small room. There's booze flowing.
That could get crazy.
It could get crazy. It could get quite crifey.
Now you have a couple more dates.
Yeah,
on the
the
list.
March 4th in Mankato at the Verizon Ballroom, and March 5th we're gonna bring it home to First Ave.
All right, the Welcome to Minnesota tour. You can check out information at rhymesayers.com. You can go to Atmosphere Facebook for more info, or just to make it really easy for you, you can just head on over to thecurrent.org and we'll have links. So tickets go on sale Friday.
Yeah, this Friday. And if last year was any indication, it's probably going to sell out before my uncle gets a chance to pick tickets up. Like the tickets went really fast last year, and so I guess I don't want this to sound like a humble brag, but more so like if you're interested in going to these shows, you should really try to pick your tickets up that day.
Can't you fix your uncle up, man? What is your problem? Why can't
I
you?
totally
Do you have a
can.
guest list?
Yeah. I just like to tease him, you know, and I know he's listening right now, so.
All right, so March, Bemidji, Duluth, St. Cloud, Mankato, and Minneapolis. So I understand you have a new single created specifically for the tour.
Yes.
Do tell us about this.
It's called "It Ain't the Prettiest," and it's a song that me and Anthony put together, and we got Ali, Half Dozen, and Carnage on the song. With
Nice.
us. Yeah. You know, I want that to be part of the tradition, is that there's always a song
Exactly.
from the Minnesota artists. You know, and it gives you a chance to work with some. At least for me, it gives me an opportunity to work with some guys that I might not, you know, have normally made it to working with. There's no reason not to work together, but when you're so focused on what you got going on and what you're doing, sometimes a lot of opportunities can pass right by you, you know. And so this is just another place where we can create an opportunity to strengthen the community.
No doubt. Well, it's great that this is something that comes along every year, and in addition to this wonderful tour, like you said, it's sort of like, oh, it's time for us now to create this new song and work together. So maybe we should play it.
I think we should. All right, the Welcome to Minnesota tour. Tickets go on sale Friday, coming to a town in Minnesota near you. And more information at thecurrent.org. Slug, thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping in, as always.
Thank you for having me.
All right, here's the song, It Ain't the Prettiest, on The Current.
It ain't the prettiest state of mind I'm in. I stay busy, I don't wait in line to live. And I don't know what you're talking about, but if I'm not in the ground, then I'll be rocking the crowd.